Evening, everyone. We would like to welcome our 2025 American Express champion, Sepp Straka. Sepp, congrats on earning your third PGA Tour victory. Would just like to start off with some comments about what it was like to get the win today.
Yeah, thank you. It was great. It was awesome. It was a fun day. Trying to manage the lead and manage my nerves, and just had a good time playing out there, and very happy to come out with a win.
Entered the final round with a 4-stroke lead and bogey-free so far in the tournament. What was it like? What do you do to manage those nerves on the lead?
This course kind of makes it easy because you just have to hit your shots. I mean, there's no safe play, really. You just have to hit your numbers. You have to hit your spots, and especially as firm as the greens are, you just have to execute. And kind of made it easy to focus on each shot, but it was very intimidating, obviously, because every hole, you got a chance to make a double, a bogey everywhere you look. So, very happy with the way I hit the ball today, and just overall very happy with the week.
Maybe some more questions from me at the end, but we'll go and get started off with Larry in the front.
Pete Dye would like very much hearing what you have to say about his golf course, I think. You didn't look nervous. You birdied the very first hole. You birdied 4, the par 3 there. Everybody else was making birdies, but you were keeping that lead. You said yesterday no lead was safe on this golf course. You made it pretty safe early. What was the thinking as you were going along, that you were comfortable?
Definitely not comfortable. That's quite the opposite. I never really felt safe with the lead all day. Charlie was making birdies, Jason was making birdies. I think Justin was playing well ahead of us, and it was tough. I'm glad I came out firing and made some birdies early because if I'd played even par in the front, which would have been a pretty good score, I think it would have had a 1-shot lead going in the back, which would have been a little bit of a different story. So those early birdies were huge.
That first hole, Charlie and Jason both hit it inside you.
Yeah, they both stuffed it in there, and definitely felt really good making that putt. It wouldn't have changed the way I played today, but if I hadn't made it, but it did feel really good making that putt on the first hole.
And then as you're coming down the stretch, what point did you think to yourself, you could finish this thing with no bogeys?
I never really thought about that. Yeah, I never thought about the no bogey thing. I was just trying to close out the tournament. I had a lot of chances to make bogeys throughout the week, and the putter kind of stayed hot for me and stayed bogey free for a long time there. I never really worried about the no bogeys.
Yeah, Sepp. This is kind of a contrast from your first 2 tour victories because you had to come from behind on the final day both times, and today you were the hunted. Talk about your approach today and how that changed, if any, from those others where you had to roar from behind.
Yeah, it's a very different feeling, I would say. You just have nerves a lot earlier. Those other ones, if you play your way into contention and those nerves start kicking in. But, I love Kirby Smart's quote about being the hunter, not the hunted, regardless of where you are in the game and in the tournament. And, I kind of felt that way. I was kind of just trying to stay aggressive to my spots. My targets were pretty conservative, but I was trying to make aggressive swings to it. And, I did that really well today.
Very far back. Paul here on the right.
Sepp, did you changed irons, right, ahead of the year?
Yes. Yeah, they're the new
what was the
tricks on irons.
Thinking behind that and the ball, too, right? Can you take me kind of through both those changes?
Yeah, so the ball, it's just the new versions of the one I was playing before. I didn't see very much difference with the irons in my numbers, which is a good thing. I loved the irons before, so it was an easy switch to get into that. And the ball I thought was great. It was very small change that I couldn't really even feel it. So I'm really happy with that stuff.
I was going to ask because talking to Tillery or Dewey, they seem to think they say you're not a guy that changes a ton. So I was just wondering, is that kind of, you seem like you try to keep it simple, not one to tinker much.
Yeah, definitely don't. I'm not a tinkerer. Once I'm set, like I'll play these irons probably the rest of the year without even thinking about switching. Yeah, I don't like to really switch a whole lot, but these, like I said, these numbers were really similar, pretty much the same on the irons, and so it was a really easy switch for me. I always tell the Shrixon guys, just don't change anything about the irons. They're great. Just keep remarketing.
And just one other one. Obviously, new greens on the stadium course felt like they were much firmer. Did that put even more of a, priority on your approach play?
Yeah, for sure. The ball striking was huge on Stadium this week. I felt the greens were a lot softer today than they were the second round when I played. Actually spun a couple back up the hill on the front nine, I think, and that kind of caught me off guard a little bit. But yeah, I think they did a great job with the new greens, having them this playable, and I think they did a really good job with the golf course setup.
Back to Larry.
Two questions. One, that 64 you shot on Stadium. A couple of people on this row think that's when you won this golf tournament. Did you feel like that was
on which hole?
No, on Stadium on second round when you shot 64.
Oh yeah.
A couple of people figured maybe you would won the golf tournament because you were going to La Quinta and then coming back here. How did you feel after that round?
Yeah, 64 around there. That was one of my best rounds I've ever played, probably. No, I played great. I kept hitting my spots, and I kept giving myself birdie looks and made a lot of those birdie looks. I putted really well that day, struck it really well that day. And anytime you can have your low round of the tournament be at Stadium, it's a good thing. That means you've done something right that day, and that was definitely the biggest round of the week for me.
And you mentioned playing those irons the rest of the year. Speaking of the rest of the year, you got to win early. You didn't win last year, but you won in 23. Now you get this win so early. Does that change much for you this year?
Not really. No, I think my schedule is going to stay pretty much the same. Still, it's all a process. It's great to get a win early. It's awesome to get ahead of the curve, but it's a long year, so you just got to keep stacking good results and keep playing good golf. And, yeah, that's going to be my goal the rest of the year.
We're back over to Paul on the right.
Sepp, was it the first win that maybe made you feel comfortable that, like, you're good is good enough? Or was there an epiphany at one point for you that you felt like, hey, my best is, really good out here?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I probably felt that my best was good enough before. I just didn't put my best together for 4 rounds a lot. And, yeah, when I did it there at the Honda, it was, it definitely gave me the belief. But I feel like I already had that belief that if I played my best, I could win. And, it's easy to feel that way when you're playing well. When you're not playing well, it seems like it's so far away. So just trying to manage those highs and lows, I think, is really key as a golfer because, the highs are really high and the lows are really low. So trying to kind of stay even keeled throughout all that is pretty important, I think.
I'll finish up with a few unless there are any others. While your wife, Paige and Leo couldn't make it, you had a chance to FaceTime. What words did they have for you following the win?
A bunch of goo goo gaga from Leo, which was great. He got to watch today, so that's special. And yeah, just really excited to get back home and celebrate with them. First win as a dad, so this one's going to be really special.
I had a couple group of players stick around, friends to support you, and it seems to be the trend with the same group that you guys stick around for each other's wins. What's it like to kind of have that group on the road as you guys are road warriors and oftentimes away from your family?
Yeah, it's so great. There's a good group of guys that, like you just said, those guys that stuck around and that we, share houses with when the family's not on the road, and it's huge because it can get pretty lonely playing on the PGA Tour. And yeah, to have that community kind of on the road is so great to have those guys, and I feel like we do a good job of pushing each other each week, and yeah, I think we've played some pretty good golf as a group.
Did you guys share a house at all this week?
I share with Bryce Garnett this week, so yeah, it was a fun week this week. I guess I'm picking up the tab for that one, so yeah, excited for that.
Finish up with any plans to celebrate tonight or when you get home?
I'll be celebrating on a red eye back home, and then yeah, we'll figure something out when I get home.
Perfect. That's all the questions we have. Sepp, again, congratulations, and we appreciate the time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for everything, guys. Thank
You
you.
can go ahead and stay seated. We'll start off with what the day was like to get your third PGA Tour win.
Ja, es war ein super Tag. Ich wollte wirklich den Ball gut treffen. Auf dem Golfplatz muss man gute Schläge machen und ja, habe den Ball wirklich gut getroffen. Die ersten 9 Löcher, habe viele Birdie-Chancen gehabt und auch ein paar verwandelt und ja, bin wahnsinnig zufrieden mit dem Sieg.
The 64 you shot on Stadium Friday, mentioned it was one of your best rounds. Kind of describe what went into that and made it seem so effortless.
Ja, die zweite Runde am Stadium Course war wahrscheinlich die beste Runde von der Woche. Habe den Ball wirklich gut getroffen, ziemlich aggressiv gespielt und viele Putts gelocht und ja, mit der Runde war ich wahnsinnig zufrieden. Das war wahrscheinlich die beste Runde, die ich diese Woche gehabt habe.
Busy little stretch here to the start of the year. What kind of went into trending this direction for first win of the season?
Ja, ich habe über Weihnachten einen Pattern-Change gemacht. Also ich habe ein bisschen meinen Griff geändert und mein Setup geändert und das hat die letzten paar Wochen in Hawaii ziemlich gut funktioniert und ja, diese Woche habe ich wahnsinnig gut gepattet und ich glaube, das war der Höhepunkt der Woche.
I don't know if you've already addressed this, but was there anything in the off season you were working on?
Yeah, sorry.
Figured it'd go hand in hand. And now, what does this set up for your 2025 schedule moving forward?
Ja, das Schedule bleibt eigentlich ziemlich gleich. Ich werde immer noch viel in Florida unterwegs sein. Ich spiele diese nächste Woche mache ich Pause, bin ich zu Hause und dann die nächsten 3 Wochen spiele ich. Und ja, werd am Anfang des Jahres sehr viel spielen, damit ich versuchen kann, ein bisschen einen Vorsprung in den Rankings zu bekommen.
Very still early on, but what motivation is this for Ryder Cup moving forward?
Ja, also für den Ryder Cup ist natürlich wahnsinnig wichtig, so viele Punkte zu sammeln wie möglich. Das Jahr ist lang, man muss immer weiterspielen. Das Ziel ist natürlich vor dem Ryder Cup gut drauf zu sein. Und ja, der frühe Sieg war wichtig, aber man muss immer weiterspielen.
Now we're done.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Everyone catch that?